What's up, everybody? It's Thursday, December 24th, 2020, Christmas Eve, and a lot of people are either in new relationships or in the same ones as before, or they are not in relationships anymore, even though they were in the beginning of this year. The reason why interfaith relationships and marriages between Jews and non-Jews is such a taboo is because of Judaism. Judaism is very strict on who it allows in the religion and what kind of hoops you have to jump through if you want to convert, or normally you're just born into it and it goes according to your mom. So if your mom's Jewish, then you're automatically Jewish, even if you don't like practice anything and you don't even care about Judaism. It's like hereditary. It goes according to your mom. So if you want to be part of Judaism, or if you want to marry someone who's Jewish and be accepted and have the marriage recognized by Jewish law, there's a lot of hoops that you'll have to jump through, and it's not always guaranteed that you're going to be successful. It's not like Christianity where they're trying to get people to be part of the religion. With Judaism, they're actually trying to discourage you from joining. That's the objective. And if you're trying to convert to Judaism, like the whole idea is that they want to know that you're dedicated enough to this that you're gonna like stick it out. So even if they make it so hard for you to convert, you're gonna still like stick it out. That's how they'll know that you're good enough. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope it makes sense. So that brings up a lot of issues with interfaith dating. With if you are a Jewish man who brings home a non-Jewish woman, your kids are automatically not going to be Jewish unless your wife converts. So there usually tends to be more pressure on Jewish men who marry outside of the religion to get their wives to convert than there is with Jewish women who marry outside, because Jewish women who marry outside, it's kind of like, okay, well, we can probably just ignore. I mean, they won't like accept it, but they won't accept the marriage, but they will treat your kids as if they were treating like any kid who was born out of wedlock, basically. That's still born Jewish, but just was born out of wedlock. It obviously differs between the different religious sects. I grew up in an ultra-Orthodox Jewish community, so the circles that I grew up in tend to be very strict on that, and it really depends. Some shuls and synagogues that I know of, not ones that I've been to, but there are some that I know of, won't even accept converts in their shuls because they don't really trust that the people who are being converted into Orthodoxy nowadays are really genuine. They see a lot of people as like imposters. So what to do if you're bringing home a Jewish date for the holidays, or if you're Jewish yourself and you're bringing home a non-Jewish date for the holidays? I'll tell you how it is for me. So for me, I never really thought about it before. It was just so scary to think about because I have friends who have dated non-Jews or have married non-Jews, and they were completely cut off from their families. Friends whose families aren't even as religious as my family. Friends who were religious themselves, at least a little bit, who identified at least a little bit as Jewish. Like for me, I completely stopped being religious. And they have to disown you, by the way, like, because that's the only way they will preserve the religion. That's the whole point of the religion. They can't just accept everybody. They can't just accept your date and their date and that person's date and that person's date and then call it a religion. They can't do that. They have to be, that's the only way to be consistent, is if they disown you if you marry outside. And so they have to do that. So Yeah, I didn't think about it too much because it made me too nervous. But I think on some level, I actually was actively pursuing a non Jew. And I think that I wasn't even attracted to any Jewish guys because there was some part of my brain that didn't want someone who was part of the tribe in the first place. I didn't even think about what it would be like. I totally cut myself off from religion. I stopped going to shul. I stopped celebrating any kind of holidays. I didn't feel connected to any of it. I didn't miss it. I don't miss any of it. The only thing I miss is spending time with family and having discipline and structure in my life. Those things I am trying to recreate in my life, and I think those things are very valuable. The actual rituals and traditions themselves, not only don't I miss, I see them as like diametrically opposed to my values, and it makes a lot of sense to me now why I didn't like it back then, even though back then when I first left, I didn't really know why. I just knew that it made me feel bad about myself or that it made me feel bad. But I didn't really have values to match those feelings that I could point out. Now I can really tell that those values were like the opposite of what I believed in. And then when I met my boyfriend, when I started talking to my boyfriend, I realized that his and my values are so similar, and there's a reason why I was attracted to him, and it wasn't just because he made me feel good. It was more than that I didn't realize before. It was like our values are very, very much on the same page. Anyway, the reason why I'm saying this is because with the Judaism, it doesn't necessarily matter what your values are. It is very much a hereditary thing. Like, it's a tribal thing. It's, are you of the tribe or are you not of the tribe? So you can theoretically lie and say, yeah, my boyfriend or my girlfriend or whatever is part of the tribe. He or she is Jewish, and that's what people have told me. Bringing home a non-Jew for the holidays, or whatever, bringing a non-Jew home to meet your parents. A lot of people have suggested that I lie, and I say, yeah, he's Jewish. His grandma's Jewish, and he just doesn't practice. But yeah, he's Jewish. So that's all they need to know. And and a lot of people lie. I know people who lie. I know people who aren't Jewish that go to shul, and they go to synagogues and stuff pretending to be Jewish because either they want the social connections, they want the networking opportunities, they want to see someone famous who goes to shul. I mean, there are a lot of famous people who go to shul. So a lot of people do that, and they get away with it, and it's fine, and no one bothers them, and like everyone is happily ever after. Okay, so why am I not lying about it? I'm just really bad at lying. Like, I just can't. I can't have a secret for so long. I could hold other people's secrets. It's like hard and annoying to keep track of secrets. So personally, I like to not keep secrets when it comes to my own life, at least, because that's something I can control. Also, I just felt like it would be like disrespectful to my boyfriend to like pretend that he's Jewish to everybody, even though he's not. And he's very respectful of Judaism. He likes Judaism. He likes a lot of the things that about Judaism, and we like lit Hanukkah candles together. I've actually been doing way more religious Jewish stuff now since I've been dating him than I did before. Before I was totally cut off from it, and I didn't want to have anything to do with it. And now I've been actually spending more time with my family and doing Jewish things. So, I don't think it's so respectful to him for me to lie about him and like lie about his identity on the internet and stuff. Like, that's not him. And he also, everybody knows it's a game. He also is not the type of person that would just like get a piece of paper saying he's Jewish just to like impress my family. He wouldn't do that. So it's really tricky, and if you're and I'm not judging you if you lie. Actually, it's like a very quick fix. It's a game and you're playing the game. But if you're like me and you just can't, you don't, or people already know that your boyfriend or girlfriend or person you're dating isn't Jewish, to you, I would say just keep being yourself. Don't do anything dramatic. Don't like break up. Don't rush anything ahead. Don't give anybody an ultimatum. Do not give ultimatums. Just keep doing what you're doing, and just keep loving the people that you love and spending time with whoever you want to spend time with. And there's going to be times when people that you want to spend time with don't want to spend time with each other because of religious reasons. Maybe they want to, but they can't. Like with my family, there's a question of kosher. Like they will only be able to eat kosher food. Try to do things as much as you can together with everybody, but if they don't mesh, don't make a big deal out of it. You know that it's not personal. You know none of it is personal. You know that they have their own beliefs and that it's their responsibility to stick to those beliefs, because that's how you stay healthy in life. That's the thing that's keeping them sane, and that's the thing that's going to keep you sane, sticking to your values and your beliefs. So you should never punish anybody for doing that, and be honest with yourself about how much you can handle. If you're worried that your future kids won't be able to hang out with your siblings' kids or your parents' kids, it's fine. You can invite their kids over. You can invite them over, and it's up to them whether or not they want to come. And you shouldn't blame them if they don't want to come. This is so important to them. It's their values. And they can decide sometime down the road if they want to question their own values, and if they think it's worth it to, because they want to spend time with their sister's kids or brother's kids, if they're going to like jeopardize their whole religious belief system and jeopardize their place in the community. Like the community is a big deal too. Even if you think it's fine, your community may not think it's fine. Your community will not think it's fine. And you'll get in trouble for it. You'll be disgraced. You'll be embarrassed and ashamed in the community, and you won't be able to be invited to as many social events, because people won't want to invite you if you're going to bring your kid and her non-Jewish boyfriend, or your kid and his non-Jewish girlfriend. People won't want to do that. They don't want to be influencing their kids to do the same thing. So you can't get mad at your family for being the way that they are, and you can't expect them to question their entire belief system. Trust me, I left it, and it was the hardest thing that I ever did, and it's still hard for me years later, even though I had all the resources I think that you would need in your brain in order to do it. It's still very hard. So that's all I'm saying, is to have a lot of patience, a lot of love and tolerance for the people around you. Have a lot of patience and compassion for your date, the person that you're dating. They might feel like outcast or not loved, even though you should keep reminding them that it's totally not personal, and it has nothing to do with them as a person. It has to do with something that has been so many thousands and thousands and thousands of years in the making, and they're just coming in contact with it. So just keep reminding them that. And I hope this is helpful. And I love you guys so much. To the person who commented in my other video before that it looks kind of awkward when I make videos and I'm like reading the screen, this is because of you. Like, this is not scripted at all, this video. It's totally just stream of consciousness and not scripted. And so hopefully you enjoy this a little bit better, because it's a little more natural and not like awkward, like what does it say on the screen. So that's it. And thanks for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. And see you all later. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit the notifications bell and like this video so that the algorithm promotes it, because you will really be helping me a lot if you do that. Thank you.